The essence of organizational behavior, often abbreviated as OB, is a fascinating field of study. It investigates the impact that individuals, groups, and structure have on behavior within organizations. The primary purpose of OB is to apply this knowledge towards improving an organization's effectiveness. Understanding OB is crucial for anyone who will manage or work with others. It provides the tools to understand, predict, and influence behavior at work. OB is an interdisciplinary field drawing from psychology, sociology, social psychology, and anthropology. Effective management of human resources is key to competitive advantage. OB principles help managers improve quality and productivity. They also show how to enhance employee skills and foster innovation and change. In Kenya, applying OB concepts can lead to significant improvements in performance and employee well-being. The main objectives of OB are to describe, understand, predict, and control human behavior at work. For Kenyan commerce students, mastering these objectives means you will be better equipped to manage teams and organizations effectively in your future careers. OB helps in managing workforce diversity and improving customer service. This knowledge helps create more efficient and pleasant work environments for everyone involved. Understanding individual behavior is fundamental to organizational behavior. Personality represents the sum total of ways in which an individual reacts to and interacts with others. The Big Five personality model, extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, emotional stability, and openness to experience, is widely accepted. In Kenya, cultural factors might influence how these traits are expressed. Perception is the process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impressions. Factors influencing perception include attitudes, motives, interests, and context. Common perceptual errors include stereotyping and selective perception. Attitudes are evaluative statements concerning objects, people, or events. Important job-related attitudes include job satisfaction, job involvement, and organizational commitment. High job satisfaction is often linked to better performance and lower turnover. Values represent basic convictions that a specific mode of conduct or end state of existence is preferable. Values influence attitudes and behavior. The Kenyan spirit of Harambee, meaning all pull together, reflects a community value that can positively impact teamwork. Understanding these individual differences helps managers in Kenya create a more harmonious and productive work environment. In Kenya, attitudes towards work can vary significantly between urban and rural settings. Motivation is a critical concept in organizational behavior. It refers to the processes that account for an individual's intensity, direction, and persistence of effort toward attaining a goal. Motivated employees are essential for organizational success. In Kenya, understanding what drives employees in various sectors is key for managers. Early theories of motivation provide a foundation for understanding this complex area. Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Herzberg's two-factor theory are notable examples. In the Kenyan context, basic physiological and safety needs can be strong drivers for many workers. Contemporary theories offer more current explanations of motivation. Self-determination theory and goal-setting theory are particularly relevant. Applying motivation theories in the workplace involves various strategies. Job design, employee involvement programs, and variable pay programs can enhance motivation. In Kenya, the widespread chama culture highlights a collective approach to financial security and motivation. Organizations can tap into this spirit by fostering team-based incentives. Learning is a fundamental process that underpins much of employee behavior. It is defined as any relatively permanent change in behavior that occurs as a result of experience. Understanding how people learn is crucial for managers. In Kenya, continuous learning is becoming increasingly important as industries evolve. There are several prominent theories of learning, including classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and social learning theory. In the Kenyan Huakali sector, apprenticeships are a powerful example of social learning. Shaping behavior involves systematically reinforcing each successive step that moves an individual closer to the desired response. Behavior modification, or OB-mod, is the application of reinforcement concepts to individuals in the work setting. This approach has been successfully used in various organizational settings to improve employee productivity. Kenyan banks might use OB-mod principles in their training programs for customer service staff. Section 5. Group Dynamics and Effective Teamwork, a Kenyan Perspective. Groups are a ubiquitous feature of organizational life. A group is defined as two or more individuals, interacting and interdependent, who have come together to achieve particular objectives. Understanding group dynamics is essential because much of the work in organizations is performed by groups and teams. Groups typically pass through a predictable sequence of development. The five-stage group development model includes forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. In Kenya, community-based groups often exhibit these stages. Several properties of groups shape the behavior of their members, including roles, norms, status, group size, and cohesiveness. Diversity within groups can be a strength, but also presents challenges. While all teams are groups, not all groups are teams. Building effective teams requires clear goals, relevant skills, mutual trust, unified commitment, good communication, and effective leadership. The success of Kenyan long-distance running teams offers valuable lessons for building high-performing teams. Section 6. Communication, the lifeblood of Kenyan organizations. Effective communication is fundamental to the functioning of any organization. The communication process involves several key components: the sender encoding the message itself, the channel decoding the message, the receiver potential noise and feedback. Communication in organizations flows in various directions: downward, upward, and lateral. Organizations also have formal and informal communication channels. Numerous barriers can impede effective communication, including filtering, selective perception, information overload, emotions, and language differences. In Kenya, language diversity can sometimes be a significant communication barrier. To overcome these barriers, strategies like active listening, simplifying language, and using feedback are crucial. The increasing use of technology, such as mobile messaging apps, has transformed communication in many Kenyan enterprises. Technology enables faster and more direct interactions, but also presents its own set of challenges. Without effective communication, managers cannot convey their expectations, and employees cannot share their insights. Coordination becomes impossible, hindering overall organizational performance. Section 7. Leadership and the exercise of power in the Kenyan context. Leadership is a process of social influence which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. Early research into leadership focused on trait theories, attempting to identify personal qualities that differentiated leaders from non-leaders. Contingency theories suggest that effective leadership depends on the situation. Power is the central aspect of leadership, referring to a capacity that A has to influence the behavior of B power, can be derived from different sources, including formal and personal power. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for effective leadership. Section 8. Designing effective organizational structures for Kenyan enterprises. Organizational structure defines how job tasks are formally divided, grouped, and coordinated. There are 6 key elements that managers need to address: work specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization and decentralization, and formalization. Several common organizational designs exist, including simple structure, bureaucracy, and matrix structure. Newer organizational design options offer alternatives to traditional structures such as team structure, virtual organization, and boundaryless organization. The choice of structure is influenced by factors such as the organization's strategy, size, technology, and environment. Organizations can be broadly categorized as either mechanistic or organic. Kenyan tech startups often adopt more organic structures to foster innovation. More established manufacturing firms might retain mechanistic structures for efficiency and control. Technology has enabled the rise of more flexible and networked organizational forms. Section 9. Navigating organizational culture, change and conflict in Kenya. Organizational culture refers to a system of shared meaning held by members that distinguishes the organization from others. Key characteristics of culture include innovation, attention to detail, outcome orientation, people orientation, team orientation, aggressiveness, and stability. Culture is typically formed by the founders and sustained through selection practices, actions of top management, and socialization methods. Organizations often face the need for change due to various forces such as technology, economic shocks, competition, and social trends. Managing planned change is a critical managerial skill. Kurt Lewin's three-step model for managing change involves unfreezing, movement, and refreezing. Resistance to change is common and can stem from individual or organizational sources. Conflict is an inherent part of organizational life. Effective conflict resolution strategies are essential for organizational health. Negotiation is a process in which two or more parties exchange goods or services and attempt to agree on the exchange rate. In some Kenyan contexts, traditional dispute resolution mechanisms are sometimes informally applied to workplace disagreements.